Good evening, all of you. So, today we are coming with one more model paper explanation. I think in the last previous session, Ms. Nishanta has taken the session, but due to some network issue, the class was not run. So, it was stopped due to some technical issues. So, today we are coming with one more model paper explanation regarding the TCS NQT. So, we'll wait for 10 to 15 seconds of time so that some participants will be joined in the session. So after that, we'll start the session. Until then, as you already know that this was a test pattern for TCS NQT. So following the test pattern here, so okay, share this video to maximum number of students. Okay, Anshi Jain. Okay, good evening. Okay, good evening. Okay, good evening, Soumya. So try to share this maximum number of students so that I will also get energy in solving the problems. So we'll wait for 10 to 15 seconds of time for more number of audience or some new candidates to join in the session. So and all the best for your exam, those who are having the TCS NQT exams from tomorrow, and prepare well and try to cover the all the topics which are scheduled for the exam actually, and don't be panic while writing the exam. So as you don't have any negative marking, so try to be focused while writing the exam. Okay. As you know that we are dealing 20 questions from numerical ability and 20 questions from reasoning ability, and we are given with 15 minutes of time to solve those 40 questions, and along with that we are having 25 questions within a time of 25 minutes for verbal ability as well. So in part A we are having a time of 75 minutes to solve 65 questions. After the completion of this part A, we'll be going for or we'll be moving to the advanced section. So in the advanced section we are having and advanced quants and logical, which contains 15 questions and within a time of for 25 minutes. And you know the coding part. So from the coding part, the three coding programs will be given to you, and you need to solve those three coding programs within 90 minutes of time. So let's move the today's session, and we are starting with this numerical ability section first, and this was the first question here. So try to solve this question, and this will be the question from number system topic. So what is the question actually means? Which of the following is the greatest number that will divide 148, 246 and 623, leaving the remainders of 4, 6, 11 respectively. Try to solve this question. Meanwhile, share this video with your friends also so that they will also be benefited from this video. But because instead of preparing lot number of questions, if you ask the questions directly, you will get to know the or you will be free from the exam panic. So try to listen more number of videos while going to the actual exam so that it will give you an idea how the question will be asked in the actual exam. Okay, try to give me the answer for this question. Okay, Anshi has answered that answer was 12. Okay, let me check Anshi whether your answer are correct or not. So let me give me the explanation here. Okay, what he given the question is, so we need to find the greatest number here. So we need to find the greatest number here, and what are the numbers he gave? So HCF or we have greatest number is, we need to take it as HCF or highest common factor. So we need to find HCF of 148 comma 246 comma 623, and it is leaving them reminders here. So what are the reminders here? 4 comma 6 comma 11. So when this is in this format, what we need to do is we need to write like this: HCF of 148 difference 4 comma 246 difference 6 comma 632 difference 11. After taking the differences here, we can write like this: it will be like 144 comma 240 comma, and how much means 6 12. Now we need to find, after removing the remainders, for these numbers we need to find, these are the actual numbers we need to find for the HCM. So these numbers can be, or we need to find the HCM for these numbers. So I'll take the difference of these two numbers. What is the difference for these two numbers, 144 and 240? So here the difference here, it is 96. And again, what is the difference here for 240 and 612? So we are having a difference of 372. Now I can simply write this 96 as 12 7. Okay, 12 6 is of 96, and again this 372 can be written as 1231s. This can be written as so this is a simplified form of these numbers here. So among these numbers, I only find that 12 was the highest common number present in these numbers. So I can directly say that HCF of the given numbers 148, 246, and 623, and when the remainders are 4, 6, 11, so the HCF will be 12 directly. So okay, and she has answered the question correctly. So meanwhile, we'll try to solve the remaining questions also and try to encourage your friends also to join in the session so that we will also get energy in solving more number of questions. Try to share the maximum number of audience here. So let us invite more number of students from your side only and try to share this maximum number of students here. Meanwhile, you can also get free test from this session if you register for the Google link provided here, or if you register that one, you will get a free test or free mock test based on the TCS NQT pattern. Okay, let us move to the next question here. Okay, this was the next question. If the remainder when m plus n is divided by 12 is 8, the remainder when m plus n is divided by 12 is 8, and the remainder when m minus n is divided by 12 is 6, then what is the remainder when m into n is divided by 6? So try to solve this question. We'll wait for 10 to 15 seconds sometime so that everyone will get the answer for this question. Try to post your answers in the comment section so that I will be know that whether you are answering the question or not, or whether you are able to answer the questions which will be appeared on the exam or not. So this will give you the practice while attempting for the actual exam. So try to give me the answer if you know the answer. And okay, let me solve the question here. So what you given the question? Okay, and she Jane has answered one. Okay, let me check whether her answer was correct or not. So I'm giving the explanation for this question. So what you given the question is I'm directly giving the shortcut method here without going for the actual method here. So m plus n when divided by 12, it gives a remainder of 8 here. So from this number I can take like this. So I'll take 8. What are the numbers means 8 comma 20 comma 32 comma and so on. Why? Because suppose if I assume this m plus n was 20, when I divide this 20 with 12, I will get a remainder of 8 only. Suppose if I assume my m plus n was 32, if I divide that one with 12, I will also get the remainder of 8 here. So the m plus 1 value, the smallest to m plus n value, I will take it as 8 here. Similarly, m minus n value I give it as or m minus n when divided with 12, it gives a remainder of how much means it gives a remainder of 6 here. So similarly, I can also consider like this. It will like 6 comma 18 comma 26 6 comma okay 18 plus 12, okay, that will be 30 and so on. So the smallest m minus 1 value I'll assume it as 6 here, and if I assume this was equation 1 and if I assume this was equation 2, and if I simplify this equation 2, m will be equals to 14 and m value I'll get it as 7 here. M value I'll get it as 7 here and n value will be equals to 1 here. Why? Because if I substitute in this equation, I'll get the answer as n value as 1. So what I need to find, I just to find that m in value. So 7 into 1 when divided with 6, what is the remainder we'll get here? So 7 divided by 6 will get the remainder of 1 here, which is exactly the correct one. So and she Jane has answered the question correctly here. So the answer for this particular question was option D, which is 1 was the remainder when m into n is divided by the 6. So we are moving to the next question, and this was the next question. What number must be added to 2088 to make it a perfect square? So we need to add some number. We need to add some number to 2088 to make it as a perfect square. To make it as a perfect square. So try to solve this question. We'll wait for your comments, we'll wait for your answers in the comment section. So meanwhile, all are encouraged to share this with maximum number of students also, so that we will also get energy in giving more number of sessions like this. Try to post your answers here. Okay, let me give me the explanation here. So what is the number he has given here? So 2088. For this number, we need to add some number here. After adding some number here, so here we need to get a perfect square here. Here we are getting a perfect square here. Suppose I'm checking all the options which are given here. Suppose if I add for 2088, if I add 58, it will be like how much means it will be 16 and 14 and 2146. So the first number was 2146, and if I add 2088 to 20, it will be like 8012. So it will be like, okay, Anshi Jain, the number with the 2116 is a perfect. So, okay, let me check whether your answer are correct or not, Anshi. So meanwhile, try to post your answers also and try to share this with your friends also to get the exact answers, and for your friends also will be benefited from this video. And 2088 when added with the 28, it will be like 16, and it will be 11 and 1 and 2. And let me check the remaining option also. 2088 when added with the 29, so it will be like 17 and 11, 1 and 7. So while solving the perfect squares, you need to remember 2 points here. So a perfect square can never ends with 2, 3, 7, 8. If you find the square numbers are ending with these numbers, then that is not a perfect square number. Then that is not a perfect square number. So you can see here it is ending with 7, so which is not a perfect square here, and here it is also ending with 7, 6, 8 here, so it is also not a perfect square here. And we are having only two numbers here, whether our number must be 58 or 28. So we need to check whether what is our number exactly here. Suppose if I take this number and this was 6 was present, so when 6 was present here, we are having it is like a 6 or 4 here. And after eliminating the first two numbers, so this was very nearer to 4 square and 5 square. So 4 into 5 will be a 420, and this product is less than the front two numbers here. So when this product is less than the front two numbers, we are having only this number only. So 46 will be our square directly here. 46 will be the square directly. So why I am not moving to this number means this is, if I find the square root for this number, this is approximately will be equals to 46 point something or 47 I'll get. So which means this is not a perfect square. So the number which must be added to 2088. So in order to make it a perfect square will be 28. So I hope you are clear with this my explanation here. So 28 need to be added, not 58. So if you add 58, it will not be a perfect square here. So try to be clear with your concepts here while answering the questions here, and so that whether suppose if we are not having a negative exam in the exam, but if negative marking will be present here, you need to be careful while answering the questions here, because you need to be, your marks will be deducted if you answer incorrectly. So try to be careful while answering the questions in the actual exam. Let us move to the next question here. Okay, this was the next question. A cone and a hemisphere have equal bases and equal volumes. Suppose let us take like this. So this will be the cone. So it is having a base like this. Suppose let us, if I take, assume the base is R and an hemisphere is like this. So this hemisphere is also having a base of R here. So these are having same bases here, and these are having same bases and are having equal volume. So what is the volume of cone here? So volume of cone will be equals to 1 by 3 pi r square h, and it is having some height here. Then what is the volume of hemisphere? Volume of hemisphere, that will be equals to 2 by 3 pi r cube. Suppose if I equate these two values here, 1 by 3 pi r square h, that will be equals to 2 by 3 pi r cube, and this pi and pi 1 by 3 get cancelled, and r square get cancelled. What I left, h is equals to 2r will be left, and if I take h by r ratio, it will be like 2 by 1. So if I write it in the ratio from h is to r, that will be equals to 2 is to 1. So the ratio of their heights will be in the ratio of their heights will be in the ratio for 2 is to 1, which is presented in the option 1. Okay, option B. I hope you are clear with this explanation, and if you are having any doubts, you can comment here so that I will clarify your doubts. And meanwhile, try to solve this question. I'll be waiting for your comments. This was a very easiest question, so that's why I'm giving to solve this question. Try to solve and give me the answer in the comment section here. Okay, try to give me the answers for this question. Okay, and she has answered the answer was 240. Okay, that was the exactly correct one. So it is having very simple formula. So he gave one a rectangle. So it is having some length and breadth. So the area of length will be area of rectangle will be length into breadth. So it is cutting into very number of parts, and he is replacing with some small blocks here or small tiles here. So the size of those will be 12 into 5. And if we do like this, 144 into 1000 and divided by 12 into 5, and we'll get the answer as 240. This is a very easiest question. All you need to solve it is a basic question from the rectangular topic. We are moving to the next question here. Okay, this was the next question. Okay, this will be the some tricky question as well as the easiest question as well, some medium level of question. So what you given the question is, a mother, a little daughter, and a just born infant boy together stood on a weighing machine which shows 74 kgs. So what are you giving? A mother, daughter, and the infant weight on a weighing machine was 74 kgs. So meanwhile, try to answer this question also. While I'm explaining. The next, how much how much does the daughter weight? So we need to find the weight of a daughter. So what do you give? If mother weighs 46 kgs, if mother weighs 46 kgs more than 46 kgs more than the combined weight of daughter and the infant up to this point. And what do you give? And the infant weights and the baby boy weights 60 percentage less than the daughter. 60 percentage less than the daughter. Which means D minus 60 percentage of D. So this will be like 0.4 D. And if I substitute in the equation here, suppose here I value I am getting as a 0. D, and we need to find the value of D here. And if I substitute in the equation here, so here M value will be 46 plus T plus I plus D plus I, that will be equals to 74. And here I value I am writing as 0.4 D. So this value I am writing, this value I am replacing. So 0.4 and 0.4, that will be like 0.8. So 46 plus 2.8 D, that will be equals to 74. And if I simplify this equation, it will be like 2.8 D, that will be equals to 28. So that D will be equals to 10 kg. So the weight of a daughter will be 28 kgs. Okay, okay, 10 kgs, which is presented in option A. I hope you are clear with this explanation. Okay, and Shijen has answered 20 kgs. So try to check your answers here, where you have done mistake in the question. Okay, we are moving to the next question here. Okay, this was the next question. This is also one typical level of question. So a milkman mixed milk and water in the ratio of 1:4 in container 1, and in another it is in the ratio of 1:2. Now they are mixed in the ratio of 3:2. So let me mix it in a third container here. So number of parts will be 5 here and the number of parts will be 3 here. And whatever the parts present here, I'm multiplying this one with 3 and I'm multiplying this one with 5. And in what ratio they are mixing? It is mixing in the ratio of 3:2 here. And if I combine these values, it will be like what? So 3 into 3 will be 9, 9 into 1 will be 9, 9, 9 forces of 13, 6 and 10 and 20. And if I add all these ones, it will be like 19 is to 50. So in the third container or in the mixture, milk is of 19 parts and the water is of 56 parts. So the total how many parts are present here? 75 parts are present here. Now what you gave in the question? If the profit by selling the first solution was 20 percentage. So by selling the, suppose if we sell this part, if we sell among 75 parts, okay, we are finding the cost price here. So here the cost price will be 15 here. How we got this 15 means, So 20 percentage of 75 parts will be 15 here. 25 percentage of 75 will be 15 parts here. So we are finding the selling price of a mixture here. So that will be equals to 120 into 15 divided by 100. And if I simplify this equation, we will get the selling price of mixture was 19. Okay, that is 18. Now we need to find the cost price. So he gave one point here. The mixture was sold at same price here. The mixture was sold at same price. And what we are getting here, so the cost price we are getting as how much means so 19 here. So this was a cost price we are getting 19 here. And what is the loss here? We are having selling price here and we are having cost price here. And from that, if we simplify that equation, 19 minus, okay, SP minus CP divided by CP into 100, that will be equals to 18 minus 19 divided by 19 into 100. That will give us 1 by 19 into 100, which will be approximately 5.26 percentage loss, which is presented in the first option. This is one typical level of question. By in the examination, we will get a mix of some easiest questions and medium level of questions, some hard questions. So while you find some difficult level of questions, what you need to do, you try to solve within the time or try to keep that question aside and try to solve it in the next level. So try to focus on the medium and easy level of questions first and then go for the difficult level of question. Why? Because if you take the difficult level of questions at first time only, it will kill your time in solving the question. So it will ends up solving very less number of questions in the examination. So whenever you are stuck in one question, try to not stick only that question, try to go for the other questions as well. So Kansi has answered the 5.25%, so that was the exactly correct one, Nancy. So you are answering majority of the questions correctly. Why? Because I think you are having a good understanding of topics in arithmetic and reasoning as well. Okay, let's try to hope for the remaining questions also will answered. So try to share this video with your friends also, so that they will also get to know what type of questions will be asked in the exams. Okay, this was the next question. The ratio of monthly incomes of A and B is 5 is to 4. So while I'm explaining, you also try to get the answer for this question. So what he given the question is the monthly incomes. So the incomes of, okay, A and B gave it as a 4 is to 4. The similar kind of problem I already explained in my previous session, but already here some point was different here. So expenditure he gave it as a 3 is to 8. So he gave one point here. So income of A, that will be equals to expenditure of B here. So with this key point we can directly find the answer. So I'm not explaining this entire question. You try to solve this question and give your answer in the comment section here. You try to give the answer for this question. I will be waiting for your I will be waiting for your comments in the comment section. Try to post your answers for this question here. What is the savings of A and B, and what is the ratio of A is to B savings ratio? So try to give your answer here. So I will be waiting for your comments. So try to give your answers. I'll encourage you to give the answer so that I will be able to know whether you are able to solve the questions or not. So Anshi has answered that 5 is to 2. Okay, that was exactly the correct one, Anshi. Keep going like that. And we are moving to the next question here. Okay, this was the next question. What he gave in the question is Jake and Paul each walk 10 kilometers. Jake and Paul each walk 10 kilometers, and the speed of Jake is 1.5 times faster than the Paul's speed. And Jack reaches the destination 1.5 hours before the Paul. Then what is the Jake's speed? So we need to find the speed of Jake here. We need to find the speed of Jake here. So for that we are having simple formula: distance is equals to speed into time. So what is the distance difference in time given for Jake and Paul here is we are having 1.5 hours. So one time is equals to distance divided by speed, that will be equals to, so both are walking each 10 kilometers. So I'm taking the speed of Jake and then I'm taking the Paul here. So 10 divided by 10 divided by, if I assume the x was the original speed, x minus 1.5 minus 10 divided by x, that will be equals to 1.5. And if I simplify this equation, I'll get the x value as 4 kilometers per hour. You try to simplify this equation whether you are getting 4 kilometers or not. So and this time Anshi has answered 3 kilometers per hour. So try to check your answers and see. So the actual we are getting the answer as a 4 kilometers per hour, not 3 kilometers per hour. So 4 kilometers per hour was the exact answer. Try to check your answers here where you have done mistake in this question, in this particular question. We are moving to the next question here. Okay, this was our next question. A and B undertook a project for 5,400. So A and B took a project worth for 5,400. Okay, 54,000. So A alone can do it in 10 days. So A alone can do it in 10 days. So which means he complete 100 percentage of the job in 10 days. He complete 100 percentage of the job in 10 days. So in one day, how much percentage of the work will be done by A? So he'll complete 10 percentage of the job in one day. Next, what happened means they work together for 3 days. So A and B worked for 3 days, and after 3 days, B alone worked for 3 days. So after 3 days, B alone worked for 3 days. Then A completes the remaining work in 3 days. So in this total scenario, A will work for how many days means? So A works in the first half and A works in the last part here. So A works for 6 days here. So in one day, A completes how much part of the work? So in one day, A complete 10 percentage of the job. So in 6 days, he can complete 60 percentage of the. So the remaining how much percentage of the work was left here? So the remaining percentage of work will be 40 percentage of the job was left here. So a completes 60 percentage of the job here and B completes 40 percentage of the. So if we take the ratio here 60 and 40, it will be like 3:2. So this will be of 5 parts. This 5 parts value will be equals to 54,000, and which means one part will be equals to how much? The one part will be equals to 10,800. What we need to find here? So we need to find the earnings of B here. We need to find the earnings of B here. So 2 into 10,800, and that will be equals to how much means 21,600, which is presented in option A. I hope we are clear with this explanation here, and we are moving to the next question here. Why? Because after completion of this section, we are having verbal ability section as well here. Mr. Aswardhan will explain you the verbal ability sections based on TCS NQT previous question papers. So let me solve this question here. What given the question is 43%. Okay, if 43 times of a two-digit number. So okay, let me. Okay, if you are unsure if you are having any doubts, we can message to our support number. I'll give you clarity after completion of this session. So try to give, or if you try to give doubt to this support number, we will explain you clearly how to get the answer for this question. Okay, let me solve this question. 43 times of a two-digit number, that is two-digit number I am assuming 10x plus y, that will be equals to 34 times of another two-digit number. So another two-digit number I am taking as a 10y plus x. And if I simplify this equation, I'll get it as a 4x minus 3y is equals to 0. And what is given in the question? The sum of the number and its reverse is 14. The sum of the number and its reverse is 14, which means x plus y will be equals to 14 here. And if I simplify this equation like this, for this I am multiplying this one with 4 here. So if I simplify this equation, I'll get minus 7y is equals to minus 56, and y value I'll get as 8 here, and x value I'll get as 6 here. So the value of xy will be 68. So the number should be of 68, which is presented in option C. Okay, and she has answered 21,600 for the previous question. That was exactly the correct one. Okay, I'm going to the next question here. Okay, this was the next question. Okay, this is the easiest question. You can easily solve this question. What is given the question? What is the number given for the series? So I gave 11, 23, 47, 83, 131. So we need to find what is the next number present here. So let me check the different possibilities for here. Suppose this number, this 11 and this is 23. So one logic will be, so 11 into 2 plus 1, that will give me the 23. And similarly, if I multiply this one with the 2 and if I add this one with the 1, it will give me 47 here. And again, if I do with multiply with 2 and add with 1 here, it will give me how much means? So it will give me like 80, okay, 14, 1894. So, but this is number is not present. Up to this 2 points we are getting the logic correctly, but after this we are not getting the same logic here. We are not getting the same logic here. So that's why we need to think for different another different logic here. So 11 comma 23 comma 47 comma 83 comma 131, and we need to find the okay, and she has answered 191. Okay, let me check whether it was a okay 12 multiple. That was exactly the 12 multiple. So here the difference is 12, and here the difference is 24. Here the difference is 36, and here the difference is 48, and the next one difference must be 6 here. So here is an increment of 12 here. So we get the answer as 191. That was exactly the correct one. So which is presented in option A. That was exactly the correct one. 191 was the correct answer for this question. We are moving to the next question here. Okay, this was the next question. If the ratio of cost price of table to chair, so the ratio of cost price of table to chair we gave it as a 5 is to 4 here, and the shopkeeper earns a profit on okay, the shopkeeper earns 20 percentage on the table, and the shopkeeper earns 15 percentage on the chair here. Suppose for the time being, let us assume this one as 50 and 40 here. What is 20 percentage of 50? It will be 60, and what is 20 percentage of 40? It will be like 1%. 10 percentage will be 4, and it will be like 46 here. Next, what is given in the question? If the difference between the selling price of table and chair, so what is the difference here? So here the difference is of how much means it will be like a 14. What is the difference here? The difference here will be 14 parts, that will be equals to how much means 280, which means one part will be equals to 20. What you ask in the question, what is the cost price of the table? So the cost price of the table will be of 50 parts, and each part will be 20 here. So 20 parts, 20 into 50, that will be equals to 1000. So the cost price of, so here we are giving cost price here, here we are given as the selling prices here. But in the question he asks us to find the cost price here. So 50 parts into 20, that will be equals to 1000, which is presented in option C. I hope we are clear with this explanation, and we are moving to the next question here. Okay, this was the next question. So we need to find the harmonic mean of 9 comma 64. We need to find the harmonic mean of okay, and she has answered the previous question as 1000, which is exactly the correct one. So harmonic mean of 9 comma 64. So for this we are having directly the formula. What is the formula? It means this formula will called as average formula, or 2 in 2ab by a plus b. So this was the formula for harmonic mean directly. So here 9 was a, and this was b here, and if we substitute the values here, 2 into 9 into 64 divided by 9 plus 64, that will be equals to 2 into 9 into 64 divided by 73. And if we simplify this equation, what is the value you'll get here? So you'll get approximately 15.78 here. Suppose if in the next question, if he asks us to find what is the geometric mean or what is the arithmetic mean. So for geometric mean, we need to do square root of EB, and suppose if we geometric mean will be a square root of 9 into 64, that will be equals to 3 into 8, that will be equals to 24. So the geometric mean was a 24 here, and suppose if arithmetic mean was asked, it will be like a plus b divided by 2. So that will be 9 plus 64 divided by 2. So how much you'll get? You'll get 73 divided by 2. It will be like 40, 46.5. You'll get approximately. You get 46.5, and there is a relation between AP, okay, arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean also. This was actually we discussed in the previous class. So what is the relation mean? Geometric mean is equals to square root of arithmetic mean into harmonic mean. So these are the different formulas regarding arithmetic mean, geometric mean, and harmonic mean. So try to remember this formula. So this statistic topic is entirely of remembering the values. If you remember the values here, then only okay. Here 36.2, not 46 here, 36.5 here. This statistics topic is entirely remembering the formulas. If you remember the formulas only, then you will be able to solve the questions. Otherwise, it is nothing to do with that particular question here. So we are moving to the next question here. So okay, this was the next question. The weight of 40 students are given, and the weights of 40 students, and what we need to find? We need to find the mean weight here. We need to find the mean weight here. If we simply arrange this values here, so mean weight here, and that we take it as x here, and the frequency we get as f here, and we are multiplying these two values here. F into x values we are multiplying here, that is 12 into 35, 12 into okay 36 into 15, 40 into 7, and 45 into 6. And if we do all the values here, what will the, so the main weight will simply nothing but summation of f into x divided by summation of f, that will be equals to 1510 divided by 40. That will give us the answer as how much? So I'll get the answer as how much means you'll get 37.5 approximately. So which is presented in option C. So for this you need to remember this formula. Then only you'll be able to solve this question. So in the previous sessions also we discussed about how to find the median, how to find the mode if different data for students will be given. If you have anyone missed the previous session, try to go and watch that video session as well. So from that the similar kind of question is also discussed for the median topic as well. And for the median also we are having a formula. So for median, so range will be given for the data. So we are moving to the problem. So what is the next problem? In a moderately skewed distribution, it is known that mode value gave it as 7 and median value gave it as 5 here. So what we need to find? So we need to find the value of mean here. So for this we are having a formula. Mode is equals to 3 median 3 median minus 2 mean. Mode is equals to 3 median minus 2 mean. So this was a relation between three terminals, mean, mode and median. So what is given the value of mode here? So mode value given as 7 and the median value gave it as 5 here, and we need to find the value of mean here. And if I simplify this equation here, it will be like, so this mean will be transferred to this side and this 7 will transfer to this side here. After transferring this one, it will be 2 mean, that will be equals to 3 into 5, that will be 15, 15 minus 7, that will be equals to 8. So mean value we are getting it as a 4. Okay, and see has answered the question as 4. That was exactly the correct one for this question. So the answer for this question was the option B, which is 4 was the mean for this given data. We are moving to the next question. Okay, this was the next question. What was the profit percentage? What was the profit percentage in selling a liter of milk here? So this is like a data sufficiency type of question. So for this data sufficiency type of questions, we don't need to solve the entire question. Whether the statement alone is sufficient, or whether the statement alone 2 is sufficient, or combining statement 1 and statement 2 is sufficient, or these two statements are not sufficient to answer the question. That point only we need to check in this question. Suppose what you gave in the first statement here means 5 liters of milk 5 liters of milk was sold at a cost price so 5 liters are sold at a cost price by adding 20 percentage water here. From this, whether we are getting the percentage of, or what is the profit percentage you'll get it from this question? No. So with statement alone we are not getting the profit percentage away. Next, and now I am taking the second question statement here. Okay, milk was purchased here. So milk was purchased. So he is giving the cost price here. So the cost price was 16 rupees per liter here. So by combining these two statements, because here cost price is given here, and from this statement we can easily find the selling price of each liter of milk here. So by combining these two statements only, I will be able to get the answer. So where is present? So okay, both statements are together sufficient, but neither the statement is alone sufficient to answer. That was the exactly correct answer for this question. So Ansi has answered option B was the correct one, which is exactly the correct. Okay, we are moving to the next question. Okay, this is like simplification level of simplification type of question. What is given the question is, so this is easy question. You can solve this question. So I will be waiting for your comments in the comment section. Try to give the answer in the comment section. For this question, I am not going to solve. Try to give the answer for this question. I will be waiting for your answers. Try to post your answers in the comment section. Okay, let me solve. If we observe or not, this same question I already discussed in the previous session. And if anyone missed that question, then was there? It is a exactly similar question. Okay, what is 40 percentage of 290? 40 percentage of 290 means 4 into 29. 4 into 29, that will be like 116 plus 140 into square root of 16 will be a 4 minus 60 percentage of 65. Okay, 650. 6 into 65, that will be equals to how much means 6 into 65, that will be equals to 390. And if we simplify this equation, 116 plus 560 minus 390, that will be equals to 116 plus 170. And if we add this one, we will get the answer as 286. So option A will be the correct question for this question. Option A will be the correct for this one. We are moving to the next question here. Okay, this was the next question based on the data interpretation topic. What is given the question? Study the graph carefully and give the answer for this question. Percentage distribution of students among arts and commerce in several different institutions A to F G was given, and the total number of students in arts was 3,800. Okay, and the total number of students in commerce was 4,200, and this was related to arts and this was related to commerce here. And what he asked in the question, what is the total number of students studying in arts? So what is the total number of students studying arts? A and G together. So we need to find the total number of students studying arts and okay, arts in the two A and G from the institutes A and G. So here A and G was present here. So A was 15% and G was 12%. So combinedly it will become 27%. So how many students are studying arts? Our total number of students, that will be 3,800. So we need to find 27% of 3,800, that will be equals to 1,026, which is presented in option A. So the answer for this particular question will be option A. I hope you are clear with this explanation here. 1026 was the exactly correct answer. Okay, yes, Ansi, 1026 was the correct answer. We are moving to the next question here. Okay, last question under numerical ability section. After the completion of this numerical ability section, we are moving to reasoning ability section. So what given the question? 5 students A to E was here sitting in a line, not line. So what do you need to find? We need to find who is exactly sitting in the middle. So I am taking the first statement here. Okay, C is in between A and B. So C is in between A and B. E is at fourth place to the left of B. So E is at fourth place to the left of B. 1, 2, 3, 4. At fourth place we are sitting, here E was sitting. Suppose if I combine this statement here, this first statement, this one here, so I can fix A here and C will be here. So here 5 persons are given. Okay, here also 5 persons are completed here. So we will be sitting exactly in the middle. Here A was sitting exactly in the middle. So I'm able to give the answer with the statement alone itself. So if I get the answer with the statement alone itself, so I don't want to go for the second statement only. So my answer will be directly statement alone. One is sufficient to answer the question. I hope you are clear with this explanation. And if you go for the second statement only, that there you can't get the answer for that question. Okay, let's move to the reasoning ability section here. Okay, the first question was this one. Instruction. In the following question, the symbols are given here. So what are those symbols? At the rate, care of, dollar, percentile, hash are used to. So dollar means not smaller. Okay, here dollar, what do you give? Dollar. Dollar means not smaller than. Not smaller than means that will be equals to greater than equals to. Next, hash means what? Not greater than, which will be equals to less than or equals to. And at the rate means neither smaller nor greater, which means greater than. Next, care of means neither smaller nor greater than, which will be lesser than. And percentile, percentile means neither greater than nor equal. Neither, okay, let me read this one. Okay, neither smaller, okay, this care of will be equals to equal actually. And next, this percentile means A is neither greater than nor equal, which means this is less than. So these are the symbols for the corresponding values or for the corresponding symbols here. So what is given the statement here? Statement is like M at the rate. What is at the rate reference greater than J? And here connection was given. Next, J dollar T. So dollar means here what? Greater than or equals to T, and care of means what? Equals to N. So this was a given statement for us. And what is the actually dollar reference here? So dollar actually reference to less than or equals to, and percentile actually reference to less than, and at the rate reference what? Here greater than here. So n less than or equals to j, or n less than or equals to j, or j greater than or equals to n. So see here, so tier t and n both are equal. So j greater than or equals to 1. The first conclusion was the correct one. And next one, t less than m, t less than m, or m greater than t. So here m was present here and here t was present here. So among greater than and greater than equal, so we are getting greater than only. So this is second conclusion is also the valid one here. Next, m greater than n, m greater than n. So here m and n was present here. Here greater than equal to among all these values. So greater than only preserved here. So this third conclusion is also the valid one. So the given all the conclusions are valid conclusions here. So I hope you are clear with this explanation, and we are moving to the next one question here. Okay, this was the next question. This will be the next question from the regulations topic. So what again the question is, These questions are based on the following information. Here star means brother here, divided by means mother here, and minus means father here, and plus means, okay, here you need to be clear here. Why? Because here is not giving the relation from A to B. Here the relation is given A to B, but here the relation is not giving from A to B. Here is giving the relation from B to A. So we need to be careful while answering this question here. So what are you asking the question? L is the daughter of H. L is the daughter of H. So let us consider the first statement here. Let us consider the first statement here. H star J here. So H star J here. What is star reference here? H is the brother. H is the brother of J here. Next to J divided by R. Okay. Here we can J divided by R. What we need to write like this here? Suppose if J will be here and R will be here. Okay. J is the mother of R. J is the mother of R. Next R plus L. Next R will be here and L will be here. R is the sister of L. R is the sister of L. So from this, whether we are finding the relation of L is a daughter of H or not, she is okay. L is actually the daughter or son of J actually, but we are not getting this first conclusion, first statement here. So we are moving to the next statement here. H minus J. So H is the father of J and J star R. J is the brother of R. Next R plus L. Okay, R plus L. Okay, R is the sister of L. R is the sister of L here. So from this relation, actually L was the son or daughter actually. But in the statement he is directly giving that L is the daughter is mentioned. But here we are not defining the gender, whether we are getting the gender or not. So it may be our answer. I am not fixing my answer here. Maybe this is our answer. So let me check the remaining option also. H plus J. So H plus J. So here H and J. H is the mother of J. H is the mother of J. Next J divided by R. J divided. Okay. We are missing something here. Okay, let me go with the third option here. H plus J. H was here and J was here. H is the sister of J. Next, J divided by R. Okay, here J was present here and here R was present here. Okay, J is the mother of R. J is the mother of R here. And the last one, R minus L. Okay, R is the father. R is the father of L. From this also we are not getting that. Okay, this objectively we are getting differently here. Next, the last option I am checking here. H divided by. Okay, here H was present here and here J was present. Okay, H is the mother of J here. Next, J plus R. Okay, here J was present, here R was present. Okay, J is the sister of R. J is the sister of R here. Next, R minus L. R minus L. Okay, R is the father of B. R is the father of L here. So this is also not satisfied. So the only option will be satisfying the condition of L is the daughter of H is means only option B. So I hope we are clear with this explanation here. Suppose if this kind of questions will be given in the questions, what you need to do, you need to check the direct question only. This was a method only present. So we are having some other different methods to check the answer. But here in the question he gave that L is a daughter, but here L was present in the last question. When the person gender is present in the last, so we are unable to find the gender actually. In the question he precisely mentioning that L is the daughter. But if we go with the option wise, we are unable to find the gender of RE or L here. So we are moving to the next question. Okay, this was the easiest question. From the given option, which answers can be formed by folding the figure in the given question? So which answers can be formed here? What is the given question? So he gave some different patterns here. So this will be like, so let us check whether this option will be present or not. So this will be like this here. But this is not exactly similar because these two are approximately, but this is not like this, so the option one is not valid one. So let us go with this one here. Okay, this one will be like this here. Okay, the similar kind of pattern will be present here. Okay, this may be your correct answer. So option B will be the correct one for this question. Let us move to the next question. Okay, this was the next question. What again the question is, the from the given options, which our figure can be found by folding the figures from the given options. So here A and D are opposite to each other, B and E are opposite to each other, N and O are opposite to each other. So here A, B, E was present. So here A, B are saying the same line. So this first is not valid one. Next O, B, N. So okay, O and N are in the same line. So this is not also valid one. A, O, B. So A, O, B. Okay, this may be the correct one. A, E, D. So A and D are in the same line. So option C will be the correct one for this one. This will be the correct one for this particular question. Okay, if Ananya walks less faster than Purvi and Aditi walks as fast but not faster than Shyam, then as compared to Ananya, Aditi walks. So what is given the question? Ananya walks less than Purvi. Next, Aditi Aditi walks as fast as but not faster than. So Shyam is greater than Aditi. But from this relations, we are unable to find the connection for these two statements. If we are able to find the connection for these two statements only, we are able to give the answer for this question. So at the time, for the time being, the answer for this question was cannot be determined. Why? Because we are unable to find the relation between. Suppose if one more statement was given in the question here like this, Purvi and Aditi walks at same speed, then we are able to find the relation between these two persons, like Ananya less than Purvi. Suppose and Aditi and Purvi are at same speed, so Aditi and Purvi and greater than Ananya. From this I can explain why, because Aditi and Purvi both are same, so Aditi greater than Ananya. So Aditi walks faster than okay, Aditi walks faster than Ananya. So as compared to Ananya, Aditi walks faster than. Suppose when if this statement was given in the question, but in the question this statement not given in this question. Purvi and Aditi walks at the same speed. If that statement will be given in the question, for the answer for that question will be option A. Since this statement was missing in the question, the answer for this question was option D. I hope I clear with this explanation, and I'm into the next question here. Suppose this was next question. I listen to watch TV only, so I gave some statements here. I'm never bored when I'm watching my brother's company, and when I go camping, I'll take my brothers along. So, which of the following conclusion can be drawn from the above statements here? So, this was the explanation for this question. So, from this, so what is the question? I'm not bored when I listen the radio, because he will be bored only when watching the TV. Why this is not given in the statement means, so it doesn't mean he will be bored when he watches only TV. So he is not bored when he listen radio means, that means, so that was the conclusion we drawn from the statement here. So that is option A will be the correct one for this question. Next, this was a coding based question. Here margin was given in the question. Margin was given in the question. For this the code was SBNOJH, and what we need to find what is the code for prayer. So I'm directly giving the logic here. I'm dividing this word into two equal halves and returning it in star pattern by adding plus one here. Star pattern by adding plus one here. So A plus one will be B, and P plus one will be Q, and R plus one will be S. Similarly here also Z and R S. So BS QS. So BS QS and Z at the end Z was present, so which is present in option D. Let us move to the next question. Okay, this was the next question. What do you give 7 comma 16 comma 34? So this is like 7 into 2 plus 2, that will give us a 16, and 16 into 2 plus 2, that will give us a 34. Whether this similar kind of logic will be present in the given options or not, let us check here. But if I go with the options here, none of the options will follow this is similar, this kind of logic here. So in that time I need to go for the other logic here. So 7, 16, 34 here. And what is the difference between 7 and 6? It will be 9 here. And what is the difference here? 18. So I need to get the difference between the numbers of 9 and 18 for these numbers here. So where I will get the difference for these numbers means I'm directly giving my answer here. So if I go with the last option here, so here the difference is 9 and here the difference is 18. And if you check for the remaining options also, you will not get this like this type of difference here, 9 and 18. The answer for this particular question will be option D. And this was the next question. And what was the next question? Find the series. Okay, 8 comma 43 comma 11 comma 41 comma dash 39 comma 17. So which number should be fill in this gap? So this is also the very easiest one. So it will be like a plus 3 and it will be like minus 2 and it will like a minus 2. So the alternating pattern on the opposite it will be subtracted by minus 2, and in the alternating pattern on the denominator side it will be added by plus 3 and plus 3. Whether it's suppose if I add plus 3 here, it will be like 14, and if I add plus 3, it will be like 17. So the logic will be satisfied here. So the answer for this question will be option B. That is 14 will be the correct one. And next question, study the following information carefully and answer the following. So 7 people are born in 7 different days like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And for this, we are having some statements here, but not necessarily in the same order. So the number of persons before A, that will be equals to number of persons born after G. Next, A was born 4 days before D. So D is equals to A minus 4, or that age difference in between A and D. 4 days gap must be present here. 4 days gap must be present here. And there are 2 people born between G and C. In between G and C, 2 people are born, and in between B and A, 2 people are born, and F born before. Okay, F was born before E, but not immediately. But not immediately. Suppose if I directly go with the question here. Suppose if I take A here, G must be come here. Why? Because I need to satisfy this equation 1, 2, 3, 4, and here G must be present, and 1, 2, and here C will be present here, and after that E and D. Suppose if I take E here, okay, if I take B here, 2 people, and F was present, okay, will be, if I take B here, E will be present here, and here F will be present here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 people will be satisfied. So this type of arrangement will be present for us. So what is asking the question? How many people are born after F? So how many people are born after F means, so more than 3 people are born after F. Next, who born on Saturday? So who born on Saturday? So who born on Saturday means, so D. Okay, actually this we, okay, he was born on Saturday here, so we have something missing in this explanation here. So let me correct this here. Okay, we'll get this type of arrangement here: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here. So here A, here F, here B, here C, here D, here E, and here G was present here. So who will be born on Saturday means, so he was born on Saturday actually. So let's try to correct that explanation here. And the next question, read the information carefully. Okay, we are going to the answer directly. So here plus means father here, minus means wife here, into means brother here, and divided by means daughter here. So what is asking the question A? So this similar question we already explained in the previous. The answer for this question is A is the answer of C. And if you have any clarity based on this question, try to ask the previous session. There you will get the clarity for this question. So the answer for this particular question will be option C. That is A is the answer of next question. And which type of 3D shape will be formed? Suppose if we fold this pattern here, if we fold this question, this one will be formed. But if we compare the shapes exactly here, this is very bigger than this compared here. So option 2 will be the correct one for this question. Next question, and this question it is like F and B are opposite to each other, E and C are opposite to each other, A and D are opposite to each other. So B, E, F. So F and B are in the same line. So F and B are in the same line. E, okay, E, F, D, or D, E, F. D, E, F. Okay, this may be the correct one. B, C, E. Okay, C, E are in the same line here. Okay, next A, D, E. A, D are in the same line. So only, okay, only 2 will follow for this particular question here. Next question. Okay, and if this is easy question, if you follow this question, you will get this type of pattern here. And this question, this will like, this will be, this sided portion will be up, this sided portion will be opposite to this one, and this will be opposite to this one, and this will be opposite to this one, and like this one we are having. MT is opposite to MT with a circle here, and this star pattern is opposite to this MT here. Next, what is given the question? MT square here. MT 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 square and MT. Okay, this may be the correct one. Shaded MT square and square. Shaded MT square. Both are opposite, but he gave it in adjacent. So this is what wrong here. So MT circle and the square MT. Okay, these are in the same line. So this is also the incorrect one. Next one, square with the shaded and empty square. So this is also not. So only one will follow for this particular question. And I move to the next question here. Okay, this was the next question. Okay, if you fold the paper for this question, we will get to this type of arrangement here. So try to check your answers whether you are getting the same answer or not. And if you are getting some other answers, try to post here. So they will clarify your doubts based on this question here. We are moving to the next question. Okay, here some statements are missing here. Let me correct the statements here. Okay, this was the question. So I gave some pens don't write, all blue pens write, some writing utensils are pens. Some pens don't write, all pens blue, all blue pens write, and some writing utensils are pens. If the first three statements are fact, then which of the following statement must be a fact? Then which of the following statement must be a fact here? So here having the options here. Some writing utensils don't write, some writing utensils are blue, and some blue writing utensils don't write here. So what do you get in the question? Some pens don't write. What do you get? Some writing utensils don't write here. So this may be the correct here. Next, all pens are blue. So whatever the pens are present here, those are all blue here. Next here, some writing utensils are down here and some utensils here. So if we go with this explanation, we will get 1 and 2 will be the correct one. So try to solve this question. Okay, try to take this one more question for you, and if you know the answer for this question, try to post your answers here. And I'm going to the last question directly here. Okay, some okay, statement 1, statement 2, and statement 3. Oval frames cost between 25 to 250. Some oval frames are made of titanium. Some oval frames are made of plastic. So some oval frames are made of titanium and some oval frames are made of plastic, and the cost will be ranging from 25 to 250. Next, what is given in the question? If the first three statements are fact, then which of the following statement must also be a fact here? Titanium oval shapes cost more than the. Okay, it doesn't give that there is no comparison from this section. Next, expensive oval frames last longer than the cheap. So it doesn't mention the cheap and the expensive here. Next, only a few oval frames cost. So this is also not mentioned here. So none of the statement in the is a fact for this question. So the answer for this question will be option D will be the correct one. So I hope you enjoyed this session here. So after completion of this session, Mr. Ashwardhan will explain you the verbal ability questions based on TCS NQT pattern. Take 2 to 3 minutes of break and our trainer will join you shortly. Thank you for joining the session. Have a good day.
Okay, good evening everyone. Nice to see you all back again on this live streaming. Welcome to My Skills, My Future, a career mentoring platform. And I would like to introduce myself to you. My name is Harsha, and today we are going to discuss about the verbal ability questions which I have collected from TCS NQT. For the past 5 days, we have been running these sessions, and hope these sessions are really helpful for you all and keep encouraging us by liking our channel and supporting us by commenting in the answers. Sure, we are ready to do some more activities like this. Okay. Uh, Today I have collected some questions, and I have observed many of the students where they are lagging behind, especially some topics. That some topics I have kept in this session today. So, and I'm going to expecting some answers from your side too, by in the form of comments. So, I request everyone to comment your answers when I display the question. Okay. Hope you're all ready for that. Okay. Uh, okay, let's start discussing the first question then. Our first question. So now, direction for questions 1 to 5. In each of the following sentences, a part of the sentence is underlined. Beneath each sentence, four different ways of phrasing the underlined part are indicated. Choose the best alternative from among the four. So what they are asking here, so you need to replace the underlined part of the sentence with any of the options. It's very easy, you can just observe and find the answer. Amar, Binod, Chand and me were all cited for contempt of court. Amar, Binod, Chand and me are all cited for contempt of court. Can you try to give the answer for this question? It's very easy one. So you can just comment your answer. I'm waiting for your comments. So Amar, Binod, Chand, and I. Okay, let me reveal the answers. The first one, Amar is subject. Here also Binod is subject. Here is Chand is subject. Subject, subject, and subject. But and after and also we must use the subject. But here they have given object. So this is wrong. So the subject form of me is I. So it must be I. Amar, Binod, Chand and I were all cited for contempt of court. This is the correct answer. Okay. Whenever we are going with the subject case, we must use the subject form of each and every noun or pronoun. Okay. Here me is an object case. Go with the subject, that is I. This is the explanation for this question. So automatically what will be the answer? The answer will be, so here we have one more option also. Here I is given in each and every option, A, B, C and D. You can eliminate option A. Later we have were all cited, were the ones cited, I were cited. Were, again all is superfluous here. If you observe here, who is all here? Why all? Already they have mentioned who are all cited. So you can eliminate option B. And the ones, they need not to emphasize anything here. Already the four people are here. So that's the reason you can eliminate this also. You have only one option is left. That is option D. Okay. Okay. Now let me move to the next question. Okay, it is often better repairing to try repairing an old vehicle than to junk it. It is often better to try repairing an old vehicle than to junk it. It is often better to try repairing. So if you observe the sentence here, they are asking try repairing. What we have to try here? Try repairing. It is not try repairing. So something, if you read this sentence also, you can understand something is missing here. Try repairing what? So what try repairing? It doesn't give any proper meaning. To try is verb. This is V1 and this is ing form of the verb. You cannot indicate it like that. Okay, two verbs, this is also a verb and this is also a verb and this is also a verb. Two verbs cannot be one after another, so you cannot place it like this. That's the reason this sentence we have an error here. So let's read the rest of the options. To try repairing, again this also you can eliminate. To repair an old vehicle, it is often better to repair an old vehicle than to have it junked. What is this have it junked? This also gives a wrong phrase, so you can eliminate this also. So next, see, to try repairing, again this also you can remove. To try, what we have to try? To repair. So this gives the correct meaning for the sentence. So it is often better. What is often better? To try. What? To repair. So here these two verbs are not adjacent. They are giving the purpose what we have to do here rather than junking it. So you can go with option D as the correct answer. And let me see who is giving the correct answer here. Fabrizio Gospel has given option B as the answer. Sorry, it is not the correct answer. Go with option D. D is the correct answer. Now let me move to the next question. Vijayendra eats faster than me. Vijayendra eats faster than me. Okay. So now can you give me an answer for this in the form of comments? Vijayendra eats faster than me. This is a comparative degree, and we are comparing Vijayendra and me. So which is the correct sentence among these? Vijayendra eats faster than me. Vijayendra eats the fastest of us two. Vijayendra eats the fastest of us both. Vijayendra eats faster than I. So what is the correct option? You can just comment your answers in the comment section. I'm going to read those comments. Though they are wrong, you need not to worry. It's okay, no problem. Sometimes mistakes may happen, right? It's that doesn't mean that we are wrong completely. Instead of sitting silently, checking ourselves whether it is correct or not, it's a better thing. Okay, now let me give me the answer. Let me give you the answer. Is a Vijay. Whenever you are going with the comparative degree, faster or faster than, always remember that comparison goes between the equal values. So here Vijayendra is subject, right? And you should compare with one more subject only, not with the object. So it can be converted into I. Vijayendra eats faster than I is the correct sentence. Okay, the rest of us are wrong. So D, option D is the correct answer. Now let me move to the next question. I think everybody in this office works faster than me. So the same question, the same logic you can apply here. The same logic. I think everybody in this office works faster than me. So directly if you apply that logic, you can get answer as everybody in this office works faster than me. This is wrong. Everybody in this office works faster than I. I think everybody in this office works faster than I. Everybody in this office works more quickly. This is wrong. Then I do. This is also wrong. Go with option B as B. Because in the previous question, the third question, I had explained the logic what we have to apply here. The same logic we need to apply here. So option B becomes the correct answer. Now let me move to the next question. Neither of the two boys' explanation were satisfactory. Neither of the two boys. So whenever we use neither nor either or, consider the subject as singular. Neither of the two boys explanation were satisfactory. Here we are using neither. So neither is singular. Consider it as singular. I don't mean that this is singular. Always remember that neither of the boys, you should not consider boys as the subject. You should not consider this one. You should consider neither. Neither is singular. So it becomes automatically was. So the answer, neither of the boys explanation was. Where is was? Where you can eliminate this one, where you can eliminate this one. This also can eliminate. Only C is the answer. This gives the correct meaning. Okay, not were. Neither of the boys explanation was is the correct answer. Not only neither, even when you are using for either also. Okay, Soumya has answered C and Zo has answered B, but C is the correct answer. Now let me move to the next question. Next, direction for the question 6 to 10. Pick up the most effective pair of words from the given pair of words to make the sentence or sentences meaningfully complete. Okay, now what is the question? Many people take uh, spirituality very seriously and dash about those who do not worrying about them. So first of all, let me tell the meanings of these words. Think, you know very well. Criticize, this also we know. Criticizing is nothing but it's a negative word or speaking about someone in a criticizing manner, in a provoking manner. Pride, you know it very well. Uprising or increasing. Rationalize. So rationalize something to justify. Enabling. Enabling means activate. Wonder. Feel wonder. Okay. Prodding. Prod means prodding is also called provoke only. Provoking someone. Now, many people take spirituality very seriously and dash about those who do not worrying about them. So what do they do? And wonder about those who do not worry about them and dash them to believe. And what do they do? And prodding them to believe and encouraging them to believe. Or sometimes it's provoking them also to believe. But rather than that, none of the words gives the correct meaning for the given sentence here. So, for example, let's take think. Many people take spirituality very seriously and think about those. They don't think actually. If they think, this action will not be done. Okay, this action wouldn't be done. That's the reason think is not the correct sentence. Give me a moment. I'll get back to you. Okay, done. Because I'm getting the comments right. Even I have to go through those comments. I'm looking into the comments. Okay. Here think doesn't happen. Now pride, there is nothing to feel about pride and rationalize. So there is only wonder. They are shocked about those who do not worrying about them and prodding them to believe. This is what the sentence means. So option D is the correct sentence here. Option D. Now next one. Unless new reserves are found soon, the world's supply of coal is being dashed in such a way that with demand continuing to grow at present rates, reserves will be dashed by the year 2050. So they are speaking about the coal deposits. So what happens if we keep on using or okay, let's see. The world supply of coal is being dashed. What is happening to coal? Supply of coal is being consumed or depleted. We can use, right? Both gives the same meaning. It can be consumed or it can be depleted. It cannot be reduced or burnt, because in such a way they are speaking about. So being consumed or depleted is also consumed in such a way that with demand continuing to grow at present rates, reserves will be after B form we must use V3. So complete is not V3 here, so you can eliminate is not V3. So this is V1, so eliminate this one, and exhausted means completed. You can go with this is V3. So option B becomes the answer. And they have given argument also here. Argument is not suitable for blank 2, and destroyed cannot be used in blank 2. So go with only depleted as the answer. Depleted and exhausted. Almost reduced also gives the correct meaning, but here argument in the second blank doesn't make any sense. So you can eliminate option C and D and A. B becomes the answer. Okay, they have small doubts here. I think in question 6, someone has raised a doubt, do not worrying or do not worry. So here, many people take spirituality very seriously and wonder about those who do not worrying about them. They are speaking about the state of being here. They are not performing any action. That's the reason you need not to take V1. You can go with worrying about them. They do not worrying about them. Who do not worrying about them. Okay, you can just considering it as a state of being, so you can write it as worrying about them. Okay, next, eighth one. If you are dash, you tend to respond to, if you are dash, you tend to respond to stressful situations. So it's very easy. If you are dash, what is that? Resilient. Resilient means calm and peaceful. Next, obdurate. Obdurate is a negative word. Stubborn. Next, propitious is also the same. Next, delicatable. So if you are so delicate. So what if you tend to respond to stressful situations. So it's very easy. You can directly go with resilient, because this is a positive word. And in a calm and secure, steady and dash way, rational way. In a justifying way, you can respond to it. Rest of the words, these word and this word and these are the negative words, and they are not giving the proper justification for the given statement. What is the given statement here? You tended to respond to stressful situations. If you are really tend to respond to stressful situations, you must be resilient, not stubborn or bad or delicate. Okay, so you can go with option A as the answer. Next, management can be defined as the process of dash. Management can be defined as the process of dash organizational goals and non-human resources to dash improve value added to the world. So if it is very easy from the question itself, we can understand manage can be defined. How can be a management defined? The process of dash organizational goals. What do they do with the organizational goals? Process of getting means to take, to accept, managing, targeting or reaching. Always remember, management always try to reach the goals, right? Here also management can be defined as the process of reaching organizational goals. It's not getting or managing or targeting. Okay, they have to reach the target itself, it's the organizational goals. So again, targeting doesn't happen here. You can go with reaching. Got it? Okay, and so let's complete the sentence. Management can be defined as the process of reaching organizational goals and non-human resources to continuously improve value added to the world. In grammatically also you can go with this. How they are going to improve it continuously. It's not deliberately or purposefully or critically. Purposefully or deliberately both are same. Critically is difficultly. So they don't want this type of improvement. They are expecting the continuous improvement. So option D becomes the correct answer. Meanwhile, you can write your doubts, as well as you can, if you find the answer, you can comment there. Next, 10th one. If you are an introvert, you dash to prefer working alone. If you are an introvert, you dash to prefer, you dash to prefer. So you dash to prefer working alone. So how? You like to prefer working alone, or you advocate means like guiding someone. You tend to is also exactly, so tend to means like to express. So there is nothing to express about it. This you can eliminate two options here, D and advocate. There is nothing to guide. Either you can like or you can tend to. Next, depart means separate, gravitate means to attract. Option D is the answer. I think please mention the question number also along with your option. From that I can understand which for which question you are trying to opt. Okay. Next, if you are an introvert, you dash, you tend to or you like to prefer working alone, and if possible, will dash towards projects where you can work by yourself or with as few people as possible. So if you do such type of things, if possible, in case if it is possible, that what happens, will attract, that is called gravitate. It is not depart, you cannot be separated. If it is if the blank fills with depart, you cannot justify this sentence. In order to give the proper justification, to give the proper meaning, you have to go with gravitate. It gives the correct sentence, right? Hope you understood. Next. So now directions for this question. Solve these questions independently. Okay. Any person who uses words ambiguously cannot become a journalist. Ambiguously is nothing but not clearly. Okay, 10th one, C is the correct answer. Okay. 10th, yes, exactly. Congratulations, though. Now, 11th one, any person who uses words ambiguously. Ambiguously means not clearly. If they are not clear while they are speaking, cannot become a journalist. Since journalist reporting cannot invite artistic interpretation. Interpretation is nothing but explanation. So, journalist reporting cannot invite artistic interpretation. We don't want, in journalism, we cannot expect an artistic interpretation. So now they have given these sentences, and what are they asking for? Which of the following, if assumed, if you imagine, would allow the conclusion above to be properly drawn? So if you want to take any sentence, you can take, but it must be a conclusion for the above lines. So how can you find this? So they are speaking about journalist reporting cannot invite artistic interpretation. So the conclusion also must speak and end by telling one sentence about artistic interpretation only. Where can you get that? No person who invites artistic interpretation. Next, any person who uses words ambiguously, already they have given about this one, you can eliminate this one, and you can eliminate this one also. No person. Any journalist, no, wait, any person who uses words ambiguously will invite artistic interpretation. I think this makes a sense here. So any person who uses words ambiguously will invite artistic interpretation in their reporting. Any journalist who invites artistic interpretation will sometimes use words ambiguously. They are not speaking about this one. Next, either a journalist uses a words ambiguously or the journalist invites. No, this is not they are speaking about. Contextually, perfectly, this is giving a proper sense what they have mentioned in the above lines. Okay. So what they have told, they don't invite artistic interpretation. In case any person who uses words ambiguously will invite artistic interpretation in their reporting. That's the reason they are not inviting them. So reporting cannot invite artistic interpretation, and they are giving a common explanation for that in B. That's the reason B becomes the answer here. Nice. Now let me move to the next question. So direction for the questions 12 to 15, there are few sentences in each question. Each sentence has a pair of words or phrases. They are italicized or highlighted. From the italicized or highlighted words or phrases, select the most appropriate word or phrase to form correct sentence. Then choose the best option. Now, you can find the words here. I didn't italicize it, but I will highlight them. Rational and rational. Okay, we have the similar words. Which words gives the proper meaning to the sentence that we need to find? 11th one C, congratulations. 10th is also C, congratulations. Okay. 12th question. So the which of the words gives the correct meaning to the sentence that we need to find? So finally, the combination you should find it from the options what they have given here. Either it is AA or BB or BA or AB. So let me read the sentence first of all. So the college affected or affected, which is the verb form actually. We don't have affected, it is effect only. EFFECT. So you can eliminate this one. Affected. The college affected a new policy. Next, rational and rational. What is the meaning of this rational? This rational is logical. And this rational is set of reasons. Set of reasons. So here what they are speaking about behind current curricula. So they are, what is there behind the logical? There is nothing about logical here. The set of reasons behind, the reason behind current curricula is that, then after they are explaining the reason. Student need to learn language and thinking skills, not specific information. So here they are explaining the reason. That's the reason. What is the reason there behind this? This is the reason. So you can go with A and A, both A only. Option A is the correct answer. B, C, D are eliminated. Now, let me move to the next question. Same pattern you need to apply. Our confidence in cricket has been seriously undermined or underrated by the recent match fixing scandal. So, by a scheme or a scam, not scheme, a scam, because of scam, their confidence in the cricket has undermined. What happened? AA is the answer, correct, and 12A. Soumya has opted A, correct. Yes, option A is the correct answer of 12th question. Now let me speak about the 13th question. What happened to the confidence there? Underrated. What is the meaning of underrated? Underrated means not giving importance. And here undermined is nothing but destroyed or degraded. Here what happened to their confidence in the cricket team? This has been undermined is the correct answer. This is not underrated. Okay. By the recent match fixing scandal. So option A is the answer for in A. So how many A's are here? 1, 2. Option D and option A can be eliminated. Next. And option, if you observe these options, option B, I mean in the second sentence, we have to use vapid. Vapid is nothing but lack of confidence. His vapid talk failed to impress the investors. Vapid is not valid. If he speaks valid, that is logical. We are speaking about the vapid. That means lack of confidence. Vapid means lack of confidence. So lack of confidence. So he didn't speak confidently. So B gives the correct sense. Now finally, it was so hot that he walked in the shade of the tree or the shadow of the tree. I'm leaving this for you only. Shade of the tree or shadow of the tree. That's you can comment in the comment box. Shade of the tree or the shadow of the tree. Yes, good. Shadow is we have to say shade of the tree. Shadow we should not use it like that. So go with option B. Sorry, A B A. This gives the correct sentence. This is also wrong. This is the explanation about this one. Now let me move to the next question. Okay. Here also we have got the same procedure. She demonstrated immanent or imminent good sense in her dress and behavior. Okay, immanent. Immanent means inherent. Inherent is nothing but by birth. Imminent. Imminent means about to happen. Okay, let me write this here. So this is inherent. I-N-H-E-R-E-N-T. Inherent. Next, imminent means this is about to happen. About to happen. So they are speaking about she demonstrated inherent means inbuilt good sense in her dress and behavior. So by birth she has got all those things. Next, the thunder was heard immediately or imminently. The thunder was heard immediately or imminently. This is also immediately, not imminently. Imminently, just now we have told about to happen. It's not about to happen. The thunder heard immediately after they saw lightning. Next, her nervousness was obvious. Obvious means clear. With her forehead damp or dank. Damp is nothing but become wet. Dank is good. The meaning of dank is good. Damp is to become wet. With perspiration. Perspiration means uh, be to become sweaty. To become sweaty. So to become sweaty, right? So perspiration is to become sweaty, to become, and here damp. So that is what when she felt nervousness. So automatically her forehead damp. That means her forehead became wet with perspiration. That is what the sentence means. So you can go with option A here. So all the three A's, it is in option C. Hope you have got the answer. And Renuka has told that is option C for 14. Good. That is the correct answer actually. Next, 15th one. Uh, the wrap or woof of India's economic structure is still agriculture. Uh, wrap means to cover, to wrap or to cover. Woof, woof is nothing but it is like a show off or which highlights actually or highlighting. Highlight something. Oh, boy, you can take any of this. So now Indian economic structure is still woofed by the agriculture. So yeah, the woof of India's economic structure. That means the complete it is the India's economic structure is completely depending on agriculture they are speaking about. So you can go with woof, not cover. Next, my friend always does the opposite of or to. What is the correct preposition here? What I advise him. So whenever you are speaking about opposite, we cannot use to. I already intimated you. Opposite to we cannot use. Opposite. So what actually he has advised a situation. For that situation he is speaking about. So you have go with off. Off is nothing but related to. My friend always does the opposite, which is related to what I advise him. So here option B and here option A, BA. Try to find the combination BA. It is in option D. So you can eliminate 1, 2, 3 options without checking 2 more questions. This is the easiest way where you have to find the answers. So always remember, whenever you get into the competitive exam, time is the biggest constraint. In order to complete the questions in the stipulated time, you need to find the shortcuts always. Here also I have just found two options and I have found the answer. That's it. Next, let me move to the next question. 16. Okay, here what they have asked for, direction for the question 16 to 19 given below. So you need to rearrange the sentences. From S1, already the starting sentence they have given, and the next two, next four sentence you have to rearrange, and you should find the combination of the words in the options or of the sentences I'm speaking about. There was a time Egypt faced economic crisis. Cotton is the chief export commodity of Egypt. Foreign trade depends on cultivation of cotton on large scale. It becomes necessary for Egypt to boost cotton crops. Only by means of increasing foreign trade, Egypt could survive. Okay, now if you take foreign trade depends on cultivation of cotton on large scale. Cotton is the chief export commodity of Egypt. I think uh, now it becomes necessary for Egypt to boost cotton crops. Okay, now if you observe this first sentence, they spoke about the what Egypt faced. That there was a time Egypt faced economic crisis, and how can they get out of this one? Only they are telling this. There is a solution for this. The solution has started here. Yes, only by means of increasing foreign trade, Egypt could survive. So only by enhancing the foreign trade, then only Egypt could survive. So for that, what they have to do? They have to, it is become necessary for Egypt to boost cotton crops. So cotton crops they need to boost. Now what happens here? Foreign trade depends on cultivation of foreign trade. Okay, foreign trade depends on cultivation of cotton on large scale. Finally, cotton is the chief export commodity of Egypt. You can go with SRQP. You cannot get any other structure which gives the proper rearrangement rather than SRQP. So for, if in order to get the correct answer for these questions, first of all analyze all the sentences what they have given. That is case 1, you can find the answer. In case 2, whatever the options they have given, A, B, C, D, for from these options or from these combinations, you try to rearrange the sentence and read the paragraph. If you feel that it makes the proper sense, it is okay, you can go with the correct answer. Okay, so this is the easiest way where you can find the answer. Now let me move to the next question. Again, exercising daily is a must, is a must good for health. I think there's small error here. Exercising daily is must for good health. I mean, this should be eliminated. There should not be any here. Okay, I have just eliminated this one. Exercising daily is must for good health. Now let's start. Where can we start this again? Luckily, there is no link between the amount of money spent and beneficent exercise. Else, the poor would have uh, creaking bodies. Of course, while some cost you nothing, others may require the investment of some amount of money. Okay. However, it is important to remember that exercise should not be overdone. It can take any form from sedentary ones like walking to vigorous workouts like a game of squash. Okay, here they are speaking about the exercises. After that, they have mentioned with it. What is it here? It means exercise only, which is mentioned in S1. After that, it hasn't been mentioned anywhere. That's the reason I am taking yes. So I can directly find the answer SQRP. So for the verification, once I will check whether it is correct or not. It can take any form from the sedentary ones like walking to recovery, like okay. Next, while some cost. So they have spoken some things here, which is free of cost and which is some cost. So two things they have mentioned here. Then after, so SQ automatically becomes the combination. Then after, you can go with what are the left? What are the sentences left? P and R. However, it is important to remember that exercises should not be overdone. Luckily, what happened, there is no link between the amount of money spent and beneficent exercise. Else the poor would have creaking bodies. That is what we are so lucky for the fitness and for the good health. We need not to spend money. In case if you have like that, the poor would have creaking bodies because they don't have money, right? Next, 18th. Same again. So you need to rearrange the sentence. I will give some time to you all. So for 18th question, and I will wait for 5 minutes. Uh, let me see how many of you are going to answer this question. I need direct answer for this in the comment section. I'll give 5 minutes of time for you. Meanwhile, I'll have some water and I'll get back. Try to comment your answer here. I'm waiting for your comments, guys. So I have given a small work for you for 18th question. Try to give the answer for that. So there is no any flow in the comments. So let me give the answer for this also. Urban problems differ from state to state and city to city. So they started speaking about the problems which we have in urban and state. So let's think about that one. What they have given. So the second sentence, what they have given. Uh, Most of the cities have neither water nor the required pipelines. Okay, this is also one of the problems. The population in these cities has grown beyond the planner's imagination. However, certain basic problems are common to all the cities. Only broad micro planning was done for such cities without envisaging means foresee, predict, without foreseeing or without predicting the future growth, and this has failed to meet the requirements. Now let's see. Urban problems have differ from state to state. However, certain problems are common to all the cities. That is what they are speaking here. So about the problems, it has started in S1. Again, about the problems, basic problems, it is mentioned in R. Then after, what are those problems? It is mentioned in Q. Why the problem has been arised, it is mentioned in Q. The population in these cities has grown beyond the planner's imagination. Next, most of the cities have neither water nor the required pipelines. And finally, yes, this makes the correct sense. So here also you can go with D as the answer. So from the just only one sentence, I have found the entire answer. How is it possible? Because I have found what is the first one. So what is the first sentence here? R. So it is in two options. One is R and here also. And here in the both the options they have mentioned Q and Q. From this I understood the second sentence is Q only. Not only that, in first also they have mentioned Q, but here they started with P. But better than P, I have found R. It is speaking about the basic problems which we both have in urban and state. That's the reason I have opted option C or D. From this, I have understood I have to arrange or rearrange only SP or PS. So how did I find it? SP or PS? So the answer, they are speaking about most of the cities have neither water nor the required pipelines. Only broad micro planning was done for such cities without envisaging. So this is a consequence of this. I mean, yes is the consequence of P. That's the reason PS becomes the correct rearrangement. So finally D is the answer. Next, let me move to the next question. Satyajit Roy made several films for children. Okay. Later, filmmakers have followed his lead. Okay. Today, other nations are making children's film in a big way. This was at a time when no doctor considered children as potential audience. Okay, Ray was thus a pioneer in the field. Okay, here they are speaking about Ray. So they made the films for children. This was at the time when no director considered children as the potential audience. Okay, see here in the first sentence they are spoken about Satyajit Roy. Then after, uh, later filmmakers have followed his lead. Later filmmakers have followed his lead. Whose lead? Satyajit Roy's lead. So before that he has something. He has done something like. Mm, and from the options I can see, let us observe the options also. Two options are little bit similar, RSQP and RSPQ. Let me check whether these two sentences becomes the combination or not. If RS becomes the combination, any of these will be the answer. If RS is not the combination, I will eliminate these two options and I will go with AC, right? So elimination process. Satyajit Ray, okay, Ray made several, I think it is Roy only. ROY we call RAY Roy. Okay, he's a Roy only, Satyajit Ray. Made several films for children. Then after R there, okay, this was at the time when the no director considered children as potential audience. Next, Roy was thus a pioneer in this in the field. Which field? Then after, see, I can find one thing here. Later, filmmakers have followed his lead. Today, other nations are making children's film in a big way. PQ becomes a correct combination. I will search for PQ. PQ is here. And according to my guess, RSPQ is the correct answer here because, first of all, Satyajit Roy made several films for children. This was at a time, so he is speaking about the time when has he made the movies considering children as the potential audience. In the past time, at the time no director considered it. So R, then after, yes, Roy was thus a pioneer in the field, so he was a great businessman in this field. Finally, later filmmakers have followed his lead. Then after, what happened? Today other nations are making children's film in a big way. This gives the correct sequence. So finally D is the answer. Now 20. So directions for the question, what we have to do here, read the passage given below and solve the questions based on it. Okay, what is the passage here? Hindi ought to be the official language of India. There is no reason for the government to spend money printing documents in different language just to cater to people who cannot read or write Hindi. The government has better ways to spend taxpayers. The government has better ways to spend taxpayers' money. People across India should read and write Hindi or learn it at the earliest. So now we have gone through the passage and they are asking which of the following, if true, would weaken the speaker's argument the most. Which of the following, if true, would weaken the speaker's argument the most. Which of the statement has given the arguments speaker's argument the most? What is the statement which weakened? What is that? So let me read the sentences here. The government currently translates official documents into more than 18 languages. Hindi is the most difficult language in the world to speak. Here it is, this option B is not at all mentioned anywhere. Most of the people who travel across India learn Hindi within 5 years. This is also not mentioned in the passage. People who are multilingual usually pay maximum taxes. So these two sentences are mentioned somewhere in the paragraph. So what they are asking for, which of the following lines, if true, would weaken the speaker's argument the most. So in case if any of the statement becomes true, the argument of the speaker becomes weak. Which one should become true? In case if it becomes true, the writer's argument will become weak. This one, people who are multilingual usually pay maximum taxes. If in case if it becomes true, automatically his argument becomes weak. But here, the government currently translates official documents into more than 18 languages. This is also not mentioned. So go with option D. Next, 21. Nations members contribute funds, okay, proportionate to their population. Proportionate means equal, for facilitating smooth functioning of the UN. By 2010, India, being the most populous nation on the planet, would contribute the maximum amount to UN. Therefore, official language of United Nations should be changed to Hindi. Okay. United Nations members contribute funds proportionate to their population for facilitating smooth functioning of the United Nations. Okay. By 2010, India, being the most populous nation on the planet, would contribute the maximum amount to the UN. Therefore, official language of United Nations should be changed to Hindi. Okay, which of the following is true? So, the point above contradicts the speaker's argument. The point above extends the speaker's argument. The point above is similar to the speaker's argument. The point above concludes speaker's argument. Concludes means ending, similar means same, extend means enlarging, contradicting means opposite. So what they are doing here, the official language of United Nations should be changed in Hindi. If you ask me, he is extending one point. He is not speaking against anything there. Therefore, official language of the United Nations should be changed to Hindi. It is an extended statement, because this sentence has been uh, evolved from the situation which they had mentioned it above. That's the reason extended. He is not speaking against. He is not speaking similar, or he is not closing anything there. Next. So 22 to 25, here what we have to do, read the passage and answer the questions that follows. Okay, though persons of any age can have cancer, though, sorry, tough, okay, though persons of any age can have cancer, recent research has shown that eating fiber-rich diet may reduce the risk of some type of cancer. Modern lifestyle has resulted in increased consumption of junk food that is low in fiber. We should fortify junk food with fiber. Fortify means exchange. Okay, no junk food, no cancer. So what they are asking here, the statement cannot be logically inferred from the passage. The statement is logical inference from the passage above. The passage has contradicting statements, none of the above. So here, what they are speaking here, we should fortify junk food with fiber. Okay, why we are getting cancer here? Has shown that eating fiber-rich food may reduce the risk of some types of cancer. Modern lifestyle has resulted in increased consumption of junk food that is low in fiber. So what happened when you take less in fiber? Automatically it leads to cancer. So no junk food, no cancer. It is a logical inference from the above passage, because they are supporting it. Logical inference is nothing but the supporting statement. Next, 23. Cancer is a modern disease. Modern lifestyle and eating habits may have increased risk of cancer. So what they are asking, what we have to do, it is completely mentioned in the options. Both 1 and 2 can be logically inferred from the above passage. Neither 1 nor 2 can be logically inferred from the passage. Only 1 can be logically inferred from the passage. Only 2 can be logically inferred from the above passage. So cancer is a modern disease. Modern lifestyle and eating habits may have increased risk of cancer. This is actually inferred from the passage, not this one, I think. So this you can eliminate 1 and you can go with 2. Modern lifestyle and eating habits may have increased risk of cancer. So only two can be logically inferred from the above passage. D is the correct answer. Now 24th. So again we have the passage, and then which of these can be derived from the passage, which you can take from the passage. So teenagers are best reached via their favorite pastimes and hobbies: internet, music, movies, peer groups, sports, etc. And groups expo and sports, etc. It is through these very formats that can be told of things that would be good for them in long run. And decency, patriotism, honesty, hard work, fair play, community feeling, harmony, and tolerance being natural rebels. No teenagers like to be lectured. These values must be communicated to them in uh, palatable ways of their own choice via their own favorite communication modes. Only then will the lessons stick. This is what we are explaining. So, which of these can be derived from the passage? Everything cannot be taught in schools and colleges. This is not mentioned anywhere in the paragraph. Uh, Subtlety and sensitivity would help them in reaching out to teenagers. No. Being, uh, I think, wait. Which derived from, which of these can be derived from the passage? Okay. Being young, teenagers tend to have short attention spans. Long-term issues must be communicated in special ways, uh, which they are attracted to. Okay. And finally, D is mentioned here, both option A and B. So which of these can be derived from the passage? So let's go with the passage once again. Teenagers are best reached via their favorite pastime and hobbies: internet, music, movies, peer groups, sports, etc. It is through their very format they can be told of things that would be good for them in the long run. Decency, patriotism, honesty, hard work, fair play, community feelings. Okay, this cannot be taught in schools. You can go directly with option B here. Option C, I'm sorry. This is the correct meaning. Now let me move to the last one. Brushing your teeth regularly, no matter which toothpaste you use, will reduce your chances of tooth decay. Scientists have concluded that when you brush, you reduce tooth decay by removing the film of plaque that forms that is plaque, okay, that forms on the teeth and gums. So you can forget about fluorides, brush your teeth carefully, and say goodbye to cavities. Which one of the following is a criticism of reasoning in the argument? So what is the criticism? That means speaking against. Brushing with fluoride toothpaste has been shown to reduce tooth decay. The fact that brushing will reduce tooth decay does not show that fluorides are of no value. Few people adequately remove plaque by brushing. People have plaque on their teeth most of the time. Okay, most of the time, that's the reason we need to brush. It is not like criticism. Few people adequately remove plaque by brushing. Okay, this is also not criticism. The fact that brushing will reduce tooth decay does not show that fluorides of no value. This is like a criticism. They are speaking against here, so you can go with option B. So option C and option D eliminated. Brushing tooth with fluoride paste. This also you can eliminate. So directly you can go with option B as the answer. They are contradicting it. I mean, it's like a criticism of the reasoning in the argument. So these are the 25 questions of NQT. For the past 6 days, we are running these live shows, and we have given enough information which is relevant to TCS NQT, and we have provided the free mock tests also. Those who have filled the form, uh, and I really appreciate those who have utilized the free perk provided by My Skills and My Future. Further, if we have any placement relevant any multinational company, we are going to come up with this live sessions once again to you all. I'm very happy for welcoming My Skills My Future channel on YouTube, and I request each and everyone to inform your friends about these live sessions which are free of cost. So let them join and let them learn. This is all about for today. I hope you have enjoyed the session with the 25 questions, and see you all somehow with some other placement topics in verbal ability. Thank you for listening to MSMF classes, and don't forget to subscribe our channels also, and don't forget to follow us on both Facebook and Instagram. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening ahead. Bye everyone. Take care.